The Café Huangjim was bustling with life on a rainy evening when tragedy struck. A man slumped over his table, lifeless, with a nearly empty cup of coffee beside him. The cafe's warmth turned cold as panic spread. This was no accident. Enter Detective Panda, the small yet sharp-eyed sleuth. Dressed in his trademark trench coat and fedora, he strode into the cafe, his magnifying glass hanging from his neck. His gaze swept across the room, taking in every detail. The victim, Mr. Long, was a regular patron who always sat in the same corner, sipping his signature jasmine latte. Detective Panda approached the scene, inspecting the coffee cup. A faint chemical scent lingered over the frothy remains. Using his trusty magnifying glass, he spotted a thin residue along the rim. "Poison," he muttered. The cafe's manager, a nervous man in a pressed vest, pleaded, "It couldn't be our staff. We'd never harm anyone." But the young barista's trembling hands and darting eyes told a different story. "Who served Mr. Long his coffee?" the detective asked. The barista stammered, I did, but I didn't poison him. I swear." A guest, a woman in a red coat, caught Detective Panda's attention. She avoided his eyes and fiddled nervously with her scarf. Meanwhile, a couple seated nearby whispered urgently, casting glances toward the barista. Suspicion swirled like steam from a fresh brew. Detective Panda combed through clues. A crumpled note under the victim's table reading 2345, a faint jasmine scent near the cup, and CCTV footage that abruptly cut out at the crucial moment. Near the cafe's back window, he found a trail of muddy footprints leading into the rainy night. Piecing it together, Detective Panda assembled the cafe's occupants. "The poison wasn't in the coffee when it left the barista's hands," he declared. "It was added later by someone sitting close to Mr. Long." His eyes locked on the woman in the red coat. "You slipped the poison into his drink while pretending to adjust your scarf. The note was your signal to meet him here." "But why?" The woman broke down. "He was blackmailing me. I had no choice." Detective Panda shook his head. "There's always a choice, except for Mr. Long, once you decided his fate." As the police arrived to take the woman away, Detective Panda stood by the cafe door, the rain painting streaks on his fedora. "Case closed," he said softly, his small figure disappearing into the misty night.